Everybody, it's Tom with Wayfinder Really, your host for Sold on Flavor. This week, I have a special treat from you from New England, a comfort food called Drunken Tips. So it's beef sirloin tips, and it's finished with a Guinness and red wine. We're going to use Cabernet Sauvignon. So, and served over mashed potatoes. Like I said, comfort food, a little bit of New England. I hope you'll give it a try. It's absolutely delicious. So without further ado, let's go. Thing we want to do is we want to season our flour because we're going to brown our beef, right? So I got a 3-pound chuck roast. Let's some garlic, paprika, black pepper, granulated onion, and then salt. All right, like I said, I always love to season my beef in a bag. Just seems easier. So I'm going to cut up my chuck roast. Now I wanted to show you this real quick. As you can see on the back of this chuck roast, there's a silver skin. Now silver skin is very tough. You don't want to bite into it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut that off first before I cut down my pieces into cubes. As you can see, I took the silver skin off. Now you're just going to cube this, right? So now it will shrink as it cooks too, so keep that in mind. Now I carve my own steaks, so what I always do is when I'm cutting up my steaks, there's pieces that won't be a full steak and I have tips left over, and this is one of the things I like to do with them. The next thing I want to do is again, I have my seasoned flour here that I've mixed up. I'm going to take my beef. Again, I have 3 pounds here. Then I'm going to shake off any of the excess flour on it and put my tips aside. I'm going to have to cook these in batches. I'm going to cook these actually in the Dutch oven on the stovetop. So you don't want to crowd them because you want to get that sear on the beef. So you're going to have to do them in a couple batches. That's enough to start with. I'm going to preheat my Dutch oven, medium-high heat, olive oil, and butter. We'll do a little bit of butter too. Once my beef has been cooked, once I've seared the beef, again, I'm not worried about cooking them, I just want to sear it. Once my beef has been seared, I will then put it aside and continue on with the cooking process. Now, if you happen to have fresh bacon around, I would even take a slice or two and cut it up and throw it in there as well, because that bacon fat's going to enhance the flavor of this. But we're going to use butter and oil. I'm not too interested in moving the beef around, again, because the point of this is to sear it. Just want to watch it. You don't want it too hot, so you might have to turn it down a little bit. Thing about the Dutch oven, it holds heat very well. So, and I've done one flip. So it looks like it's going to take me 3 batches to sear my tips. Okay, put a little more oil in and a little more butter. Taking my meat out. Again, I did it in 3 batches. And then just throwing in a sliced onion. Okay, once I get my onions cooked down a bit like this, then I'm going to put my sliced mushrooms in. I have a pound of baby bellas. All right, you just want to cook the mushrooms down, get that water out of them. They'll start to shrink a little bit. Then we're going to add our garlic. I'm doing a full clove You don't want to burn your garlic, so you want to bring the temperature down. We're going to do that with a can of Guinness. Now I'm using non-alcoholic Guinness. Tastes just like regular Guinness. We're going to cook this and let this simmer and reduce, and then we're going to add some red wine to this. That's the name, Drunken Tips. So this has beer and wine in it. Guinness is reduced. Now I'm going to add some wine. Add my beef stock. About 3 cups. A little bit of Worcestershire. Some Dijon mustard. I'm going to add my beef tips back in. Some fresh thyme. A couple bay leaves. Right now that it's reached temp, because I gave it a minute since I put the beef back in and it was cold. We're going to let this simmer for at least an hour, 90 minutes or so. And in the meantime, I'm going to make my mashed potatoes. I'm not going to show you how to make mashed potatoes. I've done it so many times. There's so many videos on it. But this will be served over mashed potatoes. I'm going to add one more thing. I'm going to do better than beef bouillon, like a teaspoon. My tips have been going for about a little over 90 minutes, and I just tried them. They're done. Now, what you want to do, you want to put a little bit of butter, a little bit of cream to finish it off. Hey everybody, it's Todd with Wayfinder Really, your host for Sold On Flavor. This week, Drunken Tips over mashed potatoes. Now, like I said, this is a New England favorite. I'm sure you'll love it. Give it a try here. The meat's falling apart already. I love it. Absolutely delicious. A meal to be shared with a friend in your new home. If I can be of assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Till next week, take care.